Good morning, this is Pam from Down Under Recumbent Trike Ventures. Today we are doing a video along the Jim Soorley Bikeway, which runs beside the Kedron Brook Floodway. We met a nice young couple today who offered to take our photo. Unfortunately it was a bit blurry, so I didn't put it in, but they're about to come skating past us and you will see a photo that I took of them. Our beautiful girl is a little bit vocal today. She's very excited. This pathway runs beside the Nudgee Golf course. It's got some nice boardwalks on. There's lots of people out this morning, and here's our skaters again. Path's a little busy this morning. Our first glimpse of the Kedron Brook Floodway, and on the right is still the wetlands area. Like the council's just recently mowed. That's the one thing I do like about this path, is that you do get lots of glimpses of the waterway. The Kedron Brook Bikeway has got a lot of high grass along the sides and you don't get to see much of the water. This has some high grass in places, but it's not too bad. It's still reasonably early this morning. We left around 7 o'clock. It was probably around 7:30 and the sun's shining brightly and making the water look very pretty. Sometimes we are lucky enough to see fish jumping out of the water, but not today. Way to the right, we'll go back to the Gateway Bikeway. We're going to the left, which takes us out to the Criterion cycling track at Nundah. We started our bike trip today at the bikeway entrance near the Nudgee Golf course, and we like to go that way because there's more views of the creek. I was so dirty before. When I was taking some photos of the floodway, this pelican flew into my view and I missed him because I didn't have the video on.
Morning.
Pathway to the right goes out to the DFO at the airport, and we're now heading close to the Criterion track. toilet stop here and a coffee break before we started heading back. You'll see I've just done a series of slides and with some video added where we did a little side track down to the water, and then we headed back down to the Nudgee Boat ramp. We had a near miss here. This cyclist came on the wrong side of the road and I'm sure he got a huge fright. He's come to a skidding halt but managed to correct it before he ran into jail, which he didn't do. This pathway has had some recent repairs done, and you'll see shortly coming up on the right where they put some sandbagging just here to stop the water eroding the pathway away. About to turn off the bikeway onto a rough track and go down to the water. This footage is being filmed with James's GoPro 8. You can see it's not too bad considering it's mounted to the boom. That one's from the Canon, that's back to the GoPro 8 here, and that's still my Canon filming, and very shortly this is on the GoPro 8 again. This is mounted to the light bar at the front of the boom. It's pretty good, considering that is a very, very rough surface. You see James's foot's vibrating. And that's a nice view. Molly is having a toilet stop and a bit of a fossick. Now we're back at the Nudgee Boat ramp where there's a fair bit of activity happening. Poor little Miss Molly. She's got her cooling jacket on now, she's okay. The Nudgee Boat ramp is only a few kilometres away from where we took the last lot of photos. We had to go back out on the bikeway and down the road. And yeah, it's quite nice. The waterfront, it's quite nice around here. Look at the Nudgee Boat ramp. Bit of activity happening this morning. There's boats coming and going. Jet taking off. Last time we were here it was high tide, so we rode along the waterfront right down on the water's edge. It was very pretty. Quite a bit of high tide here. Quite pretty. And we're going to have a nice cup of tea. Molly. And there is James. The dog's hiding behind the bin. Come on, come over here. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit like and subscribe.